Nayette, come here. What's up, Tish? I've been thinking we should start a podcast. You know what? That's not a bad idea. Let's do it. Okay, bet. Meet me here after hours.
Hi, welcome back to another episode of Artworks After Hours. I'm Nayette.
And I'm Tish.
And we're going to get into some things today. So, Tish, would you mind telling our audience what you got sent a couple hours ago?
I would not mind. Maybe I do. But, so my dad he just sent me this today. He sent me a reel from someone who works from Starbucks. And this man appears to be crying in the back room. And the title of the video or the little description at the very top of the video is that he had to work 8-hour shifts on both Saturday and Sunday. And the comment sections were roasting him like hell because it was all about how he's such a snowflake and how Gen Z is a horrible generation and how we're softies and we can handle absolutely anything. And mind you that my dad sent me this. So, and I recently got a part-time job at Starbucks, so I've been managing that. So it got us thinking on the topic of, to wind it back, I've been doing a lot of whining. Let's just be so for real.
Same.
I have been whining. And I empathize with this man, and I would be crying. I would be crashing out in the back room if I had to work these 8-hour shifts. So it got us thinking if we are snowflakes or are we artists? And
because what is a snowflake? When the older people, let's say like 40s and 50s, when they say like snowflake, do you just mean like, oh, guys don't want to work for minimum wage as much as we did, and like we're just too soft that we want fair paying jobs? Is that what it is? I'm just so like befuddled by the word snowflake. You want us to sacrifice more of our life to work and not be crushed under these working conditions? I don't know what it is.
Or is it more on just our expectations on like what is life? And I guess how the generation before us, so you kind of accept that like life is working. Does that make sense? Or like,
oh yeah, it's no separation. It's just,
yeah. Whereas like our generation, I feel like we have this assumption that life should be a certain way, and we have an ideal for that. And I feel like our generation seems to seek out more passionate type jobs, and that's why we get so disheartened by when we face the reality of working a job where it may not necessarily feel so passion filled or satisfy you in that way. And to our generation, that is a disgrace. Whereas prior to, that was just a matter of fact, that was just a reality. That was just an expectation that people already had, even though there's midlife crisis. But I do feel like just the expectations and the ideals that we had for our lives were very, very different. And we're seeing that now where like we're struggling, like people don't want to do jobs like plumbing and all these necessary jobs anymore because they're not
the glamorous arts. I get that. I think I'm at two different minds with that. Yeah, people, it more often than not, I think like on like the social media aspect that we see, like you just want the glitz and the glamour of jobs, like the artsy jobs, and not like the electricians, the plumbers. But like when people say like when people like refer to us, our generation, as like snowflakes, I think what comes to mind is like, should we not want like a work-life balance? Should we not desire to be happy outside of like the 40 hours a week we put into work? Like, nobody should desire labor. I don't desire labor. I should not be crushing myself I see my parents do that. I see my grandmother do that. And it's like, I wish they had more of a balance that we strive for now. I wish that they did. Maybe that we would be well off. And maybe like as a society, I feel like I'm about to go on a whole other tangent, but I feel like if it's snowflake to want work-life balance, then call me that. I don't know. Because working working the drive-through for 8 hours, and people are like tired, hungry, and I hate working with people who are tired and hungry because they give you the meanest attitude. And it's like you're putting that all on me, but like you're the first person out of like maybe like 100 people that I have to see today that might give me that attitude. So yeah, excuse me if I don't want to be there all day and this is my whole life. So I don't know if that makes me soft. Sure, I'll take it.
I think what makes us soft is not like, it's more in the whining, I guess. So maybe I feel like in the whining, it's more like, all right, calm down. Because I feel like also working with people, it's like you have those, like those coworkers who are constantly complaining all the time. And it's like, yes, I'm feeling the exact same thing you're feeling, but no need to also be like whining about it all the time, I guess. And I mean, even with myself, like I find myself complaining or like, it's more just like wanting to have more energy to put towards my art at the end of the day. And it's just like realizing the matter of fact of like when you have more responsibilities, like something has to give, or when you're putting your time and effort into one thing, some things have to go to the side. And I guess just facing that reality of also having to be like, okay, what does it look like for me to want to pursue my art and want to put that at the forefront and not have it slide to like the least of my priorities.
I think that's very valid to, isn't necessarily whining, but even if it's whining, it's very valid to whine about that. You want to pursue your art. We are artists at first and foremost. I don't want to work for a big corporation that doesn't care if I live or die tomorrow. They're going to replace me the next day. I can spend this time focusing on my actual art. So is it, it's whining in like the sense of like, oh, my dad or your dad or our parents would consider it whining when we should be grateful that we have a job anyways. But I think it's valid. I think it's purely valid because they were quote unquote whining too. Maybe just not in the same way we were, but I'm sure they wish they had time to spend with their families and time to pursue like the train sets and the Lego sets they want to pursue back like 20, 30 years ago. They just didn't have like the outlet of social media. Back to that video where people could like empathize and criticize. They just didn't have that landscape for us to do it. So maybe it's more like, it's more compounding that, oh, these kids, quote unquote kids, are complaining about having a job, and we was happy to have jobs back in my day. And I'm like, no, it's not that. We're grateful to have jobs. Is that, can we get a little bit of balance with the job? Can I like go home and not be tired to pursue what I actually want to pursue instead of just feeding the machine? I don't want to feed the machine for the rest of my life. Again, I think you whining is not only human, it's very valid.
Well, like I said, I've been doing a lot of whining. Led me to a lot of reflection, or maybe not whining, but just like just adulting. But it's also like choose your own hard. Because I guess in staying in feeding the machine, like you have that security of like, okay, I'm working for somebody else. That means I don't have to take the risk to go out and pursue something on my own and see if it fails or if it doesn't fail. Mm-hmm. So like me getting a part-time job, that was me saying, oh, so maybe with the security, I could actually focus on my art because I won't have to worry so much about money-wise. But then that started eating up, you know what I mean? Like my energy to be able to do art. So I guess it's like choosing my own hard because now it's like I guess I chose I don't know.
It's trying to find the balance though. You're still trying to like figure out where can I put in that time. It's very hard. It really is just choosing your own hard. Like, am I just gonna do full out since I have the security, do full out work, get the money, and maybe secure like 10 minutes to do a sketch or something? Or am I just gonna go say like, forget this job and I'm just gonna sketch and do everything, but you don't have any money to do that? And can I say it's not always secure? The job is not always. I just got fired. I got fired like
story time.
I got fired the day after my orientation. They didn't give me a reason why, but I was thinking that same thing. Like it would be secure, and I could not so much focus on making money do my art, but actually focus on making art first, and then have the money part come in later. But yeah, I was like, oh, finally, like stability. I have a job. I can do X, Y, and Z. I can make more money to. I can get more supplies. I can do this, that, or third without thinking in the back of my head, oh my god, I need a job. But I hate to say it, I got fired, but when I got fired, it's like, oh, it's nothing is really fully secure, huh? They could just snap their fingers and that's it for me. No like compensation, not even a reason why. I just, oh, you don't have a job anymore. Oops, my bad. And then it's like, oh, all right, back to square one. So I'm like, yeah, it's secure, but how secure is it? Same with art. I don't know. I feel like I rambled a little bit.
But yeah, your situation was like very. It was a little funny because it was like you were like funny. Desperately hoping.
Desperate is the word. I was doing like tens of like applications a day. I'm like, oh my god, because I got laid off. That's a whole other thing. Yeah. It's funny. Like I laughed. I told you when I told you when I
laughed her pain away.
So she's like, are you okay? And I'm like, yo, I actually am very happy right now. Not for like the reason you would think, but like I felt relieved. Not happy, but I felt like relieved in a weird way. Because I knew, and maybe I cursed myself in my head as soon as like orientation hit. I'm like, I'm not going to be here for long. I just didn't know it would be that. Like the next following days, I'm like, I didn't even work a full shift, a real shift. Yeah, it was funny. It's funny. Everybody can laugh. I'd laugh.
Well, that door slammed right on your face as soon as you opened it. So at least you know, like, that was not meant for you.
Yeah.
But we are still hoping, you know, the need of money is still there.
It's a real thing. Money needs to be made in order for you to pursue your dream, but you shouldn't be burned out while making money so you can pursue your dreams. It's a weird, like, loop-de-loop.
I don't know. I guess it's either crash out in every piece I make or crash out every Wednesday when my manager's telling me to go faster and make drinks, like, at, like, minus 30 seconds.
Which is crazy. That's the quote.
It's a little dramatic.
No, I feel like that's... Because when you go through drive-thrus or, like, any, like, fast food, like, establishment, it's, like, really quick, okay, even if I ordered, like, 15 things. I'm just like, I wonder how the workers are doing. Y'all should be stressed. Y'all should be allowed to be, like, stressed. I would be stressed. 30 seconds is crazy. Even though it might be a little bit of exaggeration, a minute is crazy to make a mocha chocolate latte frat with extra foam. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be stressed doing that. I feel like you can taste it in the drink. I don't know.
I mean, yeah. I mean, consistency is hard, but yeah. I mean, there was just that one day I was going to crash out. And other than that, it's been pretty okay. You just stay off of bar.
I cannot imagine you crashing out though, Tish.
Because it was more like in my mind than it was like outwardly. But I felt like in my mind I was going crazy. Where like people keep asking, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm perfectly fine.
I'm about to quit right now.
That's what I was thinking in my head. But yeah, it's hard.
Like reflecting on it and like actually talking about it, because me and Tish have like had like conversations off mic, but like actually like talking about it, like really like sinking into it. Like this was a lot. It's a lot on the mentality. That's why I'm like, the whole snowflake comment is like, y'all weren't stressed out. You guys weren't.
Literally. Like, I mean, we're probably going to think that of our kids as well.
Probably.
Little softy. Like. But I've also been reading The Defining Decade, or I just started listening to the audiobook. But it talks a lot about like building, I think it was like identity capital. So I guess it's this idea of like, is your job going to give you any sort of capital in order to be able to grow into the field that you want to grow into? And let's be so for real, like working these part-time jobs, it's not really it literally talks about how these are like, they're literally mistakes that we can make in our 20s, is starting to work these like part-time jobs for a job that doesn't let us grow anywhere else, and for a temporary comfort and income, but it's not going to amount to very much because you're not making any connections in the field that you actually want to pursue, and you're just not actually gaining any experience. You know what I mean? It's just, I mean, you are gaining experience in some way, and it can still be helpful to, you know, there's many things to grow in a job, like being a barista or a retailer, but in a field that you specifically want to go to, it's much smarter to get a job that pays less, but that you're actually gaining experience in that field that you're working at.
That's valid.
So I've just been thinking a lot about that because I guess that's just a reality. The reality of having another part-time job that's not in what you actually want to do, moving on with your life, it is kind of wasting time in a bit. I mean, everything happens for a reason, but I guess having a plan to like, do I really want to stay here? Is this really what I want? And just actually being truthful of like, maybe I don't, and how do I actually put in some time to start growing out of where I'm at and more into the field that I want to go into.
I just feel like it's kind of hard for it to break in, because we're creative. Well, we're art people. I feel like it's just hard to find that route of like, okay, let me get a creative job that so happens to pay less when it's not a lot of jobs in the creative field to begin with. So
most of the time it's like internships. Sadly to say, it's all like non-paid.
It's non-paid, but it does give the experience. But like, I'm sacrificing, and is it a sacrifice? Yeah. It's a sacrifice of like, yes, I'm here with these cool people, and I'm learning, and I get to see how other things are done. But at the same time, I don't have the luxury. I'm not speaking for me personally. I'm very like lucky because I live at home. But like, for other people, it's like you're sacrificing. Yes, I want to be creative. Yes, I want to grow as a artist and be surrounded by people that can help me learn and be the artist that I know I can be. But at the same time, I need to eat. I need to eat tomorrow, and I can't survive off of like burnt rice and like chicken nuggets for the rest of my life. And it's like, it's a give and take, and how much, I think it depends on the person. How much do you give and how much do you take? Especially when it's not a lot of like creative jobs that aren't internships that would pay the less version, like that would pay less. It's not, more often than not, you're getting paid in just an experience, and some people don't find that worth it. And I get why people don't find that worth it, because you need to pay bills.
It's a hard knock life.
It sure is.
But I think like being in a place like this, it has been really great. Like Artworks does do that, where you get to make out of this place what you want to make from it. Like Artworks is literally a giant toolbox for artists to come in and to make workshops and to pursue and make connections for their art goals. But yeah, I don't know, navigating life and also doing that can be a struggle.
Especially when we're so young. I know we're like geriatric to some people. Now that we're like, oh, I'm mid-20s, you're almost mid-20s. It's a struggle, it's a balance. And like, when you think about it, people 20 years ago had their lives figured out by 25. Like, my parents were married with kids in a house, apartment. But still, like, you would think, I feel like I should get my life together, but I'm over here struggling on how to do basic things like balance checks, books, and all that, or whatever older people do.
Balancing, doing taxes.
It's so, but to your point, Artworks has given me like it is a toolbox, like you said. I was just talking about this yesterday. I'm like, oh, I want to paint clothes, and Nas was like, you have all the materials, the world is your oyster. You can do that here, and I haven't been stifled by growth, and I've also been getting monetary like opportunities. So like, be your own boss in a way here, and I wouldn't have that without this. But I think artworks is like an outlier in a lot of like creative internships, quote unquote, in that they actually would give you the tools and the resources and the opportunity to make money inside the building. I don't know a lot of other. I'm naive. I don't know any other like places like this that would do as much as that. Like here, you have a workshop here and you can get paid. I don't know a lot of places like that. Could be wrong, but I don't know. Yeah, this is the only place I know of.
Yeah, it's definitely a blessing, and I feel like it's also having it be, I guess, just like such a knit tight group of people who work here, and yeah, I feel like we're just always welcoming new people. Like it's not a place that is full of like we're constantly looking for people to come in and to put in their artistic talent and skills and to use that. So yeah, it's always like an ever-growing place. It's not a place that has already been, what's the word? Like when there's too many people, or when there's like, I feel like a lot of art places can be very competitive, or very like difficult to get into. And I feel like this is the complete opposite.
It's very standoff. Like some places could be like very standoffish from what I've been hearing. And like we're click. This is like the plastics in your Katie.
Yes.
I make a lot of Negroes references. I have not seen that movie fully in like years.
This is recycle friendly. No plastic.
No plastics. Oh my god. That's why I'm like, as much as like getting, how real do I want to be? Okay, I'm gonna be real. As much as getting fired really like knocked the wind out of my sails, or however you say it, I was like, at least I have here. Like I came back and I'm like, this is where I want to be. This is where I'm like, I'm glad I can, while searching for another job, I can be here, try to be creative, even though I've been procrastinating, but still be surrounded by, artists that, are established, and artists that do know, in a sense, what they're doing, that can give me the wisdom to do what I want to do. At least I'm still here. At least I haven't lost this. I didn't care about losing that job. I'm gonna be real with you. It's because it's another retail job. Not that I can get another one, because the market is actually hard this year. But like, it's a dime a dozen. I've worked retail, but this is like a unique experience being at Artworks. As corny as it sounds, it is not like a really like another entity like it, and I get to do stuff like this, which I'm kind of glad, man.
But also, we're not in other cities, so if you, like, to the person who's listening this, if you're in another city and you really have to get into what are the art organizations near you, because I feel like in a lot of cities there are these kind of organizations, and I don't know how like the people are within them, but especially like New York, Philly, like there's so many organizations out there, and if you're looking to make connections and to get plugged in, and you want to take your art to another level, then go out and find these places. Like, go talk to people, go Google.
Go where the art is. That's what somebody told me. Go where the weird artsy people are. Weird, non-derogatory. Like, don't go where the actual weird people are. Like, go where the art is.
Yes, go where the art is, and it is possible.
Yeah. And if you can volunteer, that's how I got my foot in the door at Artworks, and I didn't know it would turn into this. I thought I was going to volunteer for the day and peace out, but I'm here like what, 2 years later, almost 2 years later. Yeah, so go where the art is. Go to your downtown locally, see where the art is. Volunteer. Go to some local galleries if there's any. If not, maybe go a little further out of your city. But yeah, I think Artworks is like unique in that way. Love that. Major question is, are we artists or are we snowflakes? Oh, yeah. Are we artists or are we snowflakes, or
are we softies, or are we just looking for more energy to be able to balance our life and be able to put art more as a priority?
Yes, because I feel like this is not a new concept. It can't be, because artists were doing this back in the day. I just feel like, as wages have not increased with the amount of work people are expected to do, like in retail, if you're all right, so when I worked at an art store, I'm not gonna say the art store because I'm still kind of peeved, but like I'm a framer, but I also have to be a salesperson. I also have to do stock. I also have to clean. I also have to, do inventory sometimes, or other people in my department have to do inventory. So I'm like, you're doing multiple jobs in one, and I feel like, yeah, I should be compensated more if I'm not gonna have time, and if I if I am doing the job I was hired for, I should have be able to have more time to do what my art is or do what I'm pursuing with art. But I'm not doing that. I don't have that time because you're not letting me because I'm doing all these jobs. So it's like, what do you do? It's an unfair world.
And I guess it's, I don't know, something like I wonder if we can ask ourselves that, because I feel like I've told you this before, but I feel like whenever I do have a lot of time on my plate,
Same.
like unfortunately, I don't make any art. And
Same.
then when I do have like 10 million things to do and I never have time, then all of a sudden I want to be making art every single day.
Right.
It's all I think about. I feel like I should be making more time. I feel like I should quit. So also it's like looking inwardly as like, how can I balance like energy wise? Because also, for example, like me and like the part-time job, like I feel like I finally started talking about like how stressful some positions can be. So then I stopped being on bar like when it was like super peak hours, or there was like one position that really stresses me out. So then I just stopped doing it because it's just not worth it. Like it's not worth it for me to be so stressed out. And when I first started working, I was like, I want to be the best barista. You know what I mean? Like I want to be so fast. And I was like, okay, calm down. Like just started realizing like, okay, I'm probably going to piss somebody off like at least once a shift. I'm going to make some giant mistake and piss somebody off. And it's just like, it's okay. I mean, like mentally wise, like to be able to save that energy, or even to think about my art while I'm working, or to think, like to be able to escape a particular, that's also something I love about like being just like artists, as well as like we're able to escape into another world no matter wherever we are, and to find inspiration in those places. And most of the time when we aren't living our life and we aren't filling up our life, we're not gaining any inspiration from anywhere. So it's like using all that time, which is hard because sometimes my mind doesn't go there. But the days when I do feel like I'm like like I'm dreaming, you know what I mean? Or I'm just like thinking about art, but I'm working at the same time, it makes me happier and it makes me feel like I'm not really there. I don't know.
It keeps you like, it's like a dream state. And it feels like,
and it also like puts everything into perspective, because you're like, all right, this is not that deep.
It's not
like deep. I want to do good, but it's not that deep either.
This is just milk and cream. What am I like?
You can wait 5 more minutes. Exactly. These mold orders, they're gonna get done at some point.
It will, and you will even meet and drink it and be happy on your merry way or not. It really is just. It's not that serious. It's not that deep. Every time I work retail, I'm like, you're complaining over this. It's not that deep, man. And like a hippie, it's not that deep. But I can't. I'm getting like retail flashbacks. It's not fun, but it, like you said, like being there and being in an environment that you don't necessarily want to be in, but it kind of not forces you, but it actively makes your brain like, oh, I could be making this. I can be doing this. I'm inspired by X, Y, and Z because I'm here, and it wouldn't activate my brain like that if I was just sitting at home just procrastinating, which I have been doing, kind of. But yeah, I think if we're gonna do like anything positive about working retail, working in period, it as an artist, it does give you that oomph, that ooh, I should be making art because I don't want to be here. Or, ooh, I just saw something that reminded me of this that I want to do when I get home. Or, ooh, that coffee stain looks like it'll make a nice, like water.
Look at that abstract piece.
Yeah, like it could be an abstract piece. Something. I think that's what like you said, in the way that you were trying to say it, I think what you were trying to say, like it sparks your imagination, it keeps you alive, it keeps the thought alive. Is that what I'm getting? Is that what?
Yes. Literally, the most funnest part is like drawing on the cups. And the moment that it starts getting so busy that I can't draw on the cups, I'm like, dang, I don't want to be here anymore. I can't do this. Because it's like my mental stability is held by me being able to draw a stupid butterfly on the stupid cup. Give me a minute. I want to draw a butterfly to make myself feel like I'm still an artist somehow, some way.
Like I'm still an artist even though I work here. I'm still an artist. I still make art even if it's a butterfly on a cup.
But question, does Snowflake... So maybe the difference between being a snowflake isn't necessarily complaining or just realizing things about life and like figuring it out. Maybe it's that victimization that keeps us like trapped. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's that like not taking things as like opportunities to be able to like grow from. But when we start setting, because I feel like I always have like seasons where I just start like victimizing. I mean, even with student loans, like I just become kind of a victim, and I feel like the whole world is like against me. When it's like there are parts that it's like, yes, people are trying to make money out of me, and there are things that are very difficult, but I guess we just can't keep ourselves trapped in like that whole like victimization, because that's when we kind of start losing hope.
Yeah. When we start, but when I hear the word victimize, I think of like an old dude saying like, "Oh, you kids, you shouldn't be complaining about working all this time and not having a life." But I know what you mean. Like when like you say victimize, like take it in turn, like all this bad stuff is happening to me and I can't get out. No, we shouldn't do that to reflect. Yeah. But the person that was on that video looked like they was having a stressful time. So would they like? Is that victimizing himself or themselves, or is it just coming to terms with the reality and just venting? But because I think they still worked at the end of the day.
So I guess this is going back to the start, the video at the beginning that I was talking about. But well,
because I'm like, yes, it's victimizing if you're still in it.
I feel like
maybe I don't know.
I feel like I can definitely empathize with him. But I don't know if, because he started saying like, oh, we need like, this is why we need union. This is why we need more help. And then it kind of started going into the whole like victimization kind of thing where it's like, all right, calm down. But at the very beginning, like I was totally like with him. But also like, I don't know if I would pull out my phone and start like saying all that. I feel like it's like a lot of it is in my head. And then I just like get frustrated the entire shift and I don't know how to like, you know what I mean? Like, get it out?
I think that person was venting, and they made a lot of valid points. I think there should be unions for certain retail workers. Because they will, like, this might be veering off into another conversation, but I feel like mostly, more so not retail, but like food service, I feel like they get overworked for the amount of, like, work that they do, and they don't get paid to match it necessarily. And I know some older person is gonna be like, they shouldn't be making $25 an hour if they only flip burgers. But I'm like, have you flipped burgers for 10 hours nonstop? And I know the victim, like, you shouldn't be victimizing yourself in that way, and it's like nothing but self-pity. You should be like maybe doing something extra, but maybe it's a thought I have to flesh out. Maybe not taking that out on the world and on yourself and self-pitying yourself, but at the same time, when these are your circumstances and you don't see a way out, it's like, that's really all you could do. That's not what I do, but I'm like, I see why somebody would just take pity on themselves when they don't see a way out, if that makes sense.
See, I understand.
Not to say, like, I know what you mean, like, the whole, like, taking it internally and, like, you shouldn't be, like, pitying yourself. You should be like, okay, what am I going to do next? If I don't like it here, how am I going to change it? What's the best thing I can do to change it? Instead of like complaining all the time. And like, what can I work towards? What support systems can I have at this job so I'm not complaining all the time? Or who can I lean on that I'm not like making this a whole big thing and crying on camera? I get that. That's why I'm like, are the boomers?
I feel like I can't even talk because like that video is literally me with like student loans. Like I crash out every once in a while at work, but with student loans, I feel like that gets me completely down
And can I say that's valid?
all the time.
I think that's valid. I think that's because they sell you this dream, and this is a whole other thing that okay, you go to school, you go to high school, you go to college, you after college you get a good job because you went to college, but after you're out of college, you have thousands in student loans. Like this is not the reality y'all sold me. This is not what this was supposed to be. Why am I struggling to pay back loans when the dream you promised me is that I wouldn't be struggling if I did college? I feel like your crash outs are valid. I would crash out too.
We all need a consecutive crash out.
Every day. Every once in a while, not every day. Every other day. Because it's kind of like, it's like, why did they set us up like this when the dream was sold to us that it would be rainbows and sunshine? I don't know. That's why I'm like valid. Because even when you went to school, it's like, I'm still struggling. If I don't go to school, I'm struggling. I don't know.
Choose your hard.
Choose your hard, choose your struggle. But I don't want to struggle, period. Like, not struggle in the sense I want everything in life to be like, you know, soft, quote unquote, and like easy. Because some things in life do take some sacrifice, but shouldn't be struggling all the time, you know?
Yes. And I do. Like, I wish I knew more before going into it, but then also with me knowing more going into it, I wouldn't have made the same decisions. So then I wouldn't have been where I am now if I didn't make that. So it is a hard thing to like reconcile. Yeah, I don't know. But with like the self-pity and that stuff, like when it comes to student loans, I would be that person crying in the bed.
Right?
Well, I am that person, so I can't even talk because
I'm gonna say again, it's so valid.
it tests my faith. My faith is tested.
Your faith is tested. It's valid because I'm listening to you talk about your loans, and I know we're kind of cutting into time. I listen to you talk about your like loans and stuff. I'm like, geez, Louise, I would be having a pity. Sorry, older people. I would be having a pity party almost every day. Like I would cry and still get up and do something. I think that's like the test of it. Like you cry and you make an effort towards.
You yell at people on the phone and call.
Like, oh man, I can't. Like, not to say I can't, because I think eventually I'm gonna have to like when I do go back to school. If I do go back to school, I'm gonna have to pay back loans in one way or another. I'm either paying with my mental health or I'm paying with money or both. So I'm like, the crash out is valid. I just want to say that again.
The crash out is valid.
Super valid.
But I guess.
Oh, I'm sorry, Tish.
No, you're good. I was just like, wait, how do we put that on a positive note again?
I mean,
but they're yeah, don't keep yourself trapped.
Yeah.
But also, it is valid.
It's the crash out is valid. However, don't stay in the crash out.
Yeah, like dance it out, punch a pillow, do something that's not gonna hurt you.
That's not gonna hurt you or others. Don't take it out on the people.
And eat some ice cream. Go and find some ice cream.
Go find some ice cream.
Go make yourself a grilled cheese.
I love
but double the cheese.
Double the cheese is crazy too. Double the cheese is crazy.
Nayette was having a whole stomach ache earlier.
I think I need to get on dairy for cheese at the
So maybe dairy-free cheese.
And I like
Dadea.
Don't crash out, guys. I mean, no, that's what I want to say. Crash out first.
Get your froyo.
And then get your froyo.
Yeah.
And
non-dairy froyo.
It's actually kind of good though. Some of them.
It is.
Crash out. Have a valid crash out. Don't stay in the crash out. Don't take a crash out on other people. Give yourself.
Take it out on your art. What are we talking about? Oh my gosh. Paint some froyo. That's your. That's homework for tonight. Yes.
Go home. Draw something, sketch something, take out your frustrations on a piece, do some splatter paint work, something to make you, get those ceilings out. I think just don't stay in the crash out, but have the crash out because it's healthy. But don't the crash out towards other people because that's not healthy. But and then do something towards like something do something to make you not crash out another time over the same situation over and over and over again. Because that's my problem too. Not necessarily the crash out, but the staying on the same thing over and over again and not doing anything towards it. I think that maybe is like the quote unquote snowflake part about it.
Oh, God, that too, I guess. That could also be. But yeah, I guess like find one step that you could take
I'm taking
in the crashing out. That would give you some kind of peace for a little while if you can see a step. Sometimes we have to wait it out until a step kind of like, because sometimes it's hard. Sometimes you really don't see another way or another step above. Like, yeah.
I think the crash out is valid because after
that's
the
what
crash
prayers
out,
are for. And then make some art.
It makes them art. I think that's why the crash out is valid because without the crash out, you have this moment. With the crash out, you have this moment of clarity. Like, I could do this. Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know. But yeah, I think maybe next time we can tell like our art crash out stories. I think that would be very funny. Or like inspirations behind the art that maybe happened because of a crash out. I have one specifically. But yeah,
that's like every piece.
Every piece.
You're gonna be here for a while.
Can we talk about that piece next time, please? Can we talk about the piece the commission kitchen? Can we please talk about that next time?
Sure. I mean, we can talk about our commissions or like how we handle it, maybe.
Okay.
Or the crashing out, and it's all the same thing.
It's all the same thing. Because I'm like, maybe that'll be like a whole like another thing down the line too. We're 41 minutes in. I think that was pretty
solid. I think.
Pretty solid, right?
Yes.
I mean, look, more of the story is crash out, but in a healthy way. And after the crash out, make something with it.
Right? Make some art. And do it bad. Anything is better than nothing.
All right, we're going to end it right here. We're going to see you next time. Bye.
Peace.
Okay. The peace sign, you can't see the peace sign. Artworks After Hours is brought to you by Artworks Trenton,
the capital city's creative hub that fosters artistic diversity and creates programming that's accessible to all.
For more information, go to artworkstrenton.org.